Let me share my screen as well. Awesome, awesome. So, Mr. Julius, now you have the floor.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear, sir.
So good. So, like I was saying before, so when I entered the school, it was a bit difficult for me in the initial time before I come into contact with Ayo. And then we have to sit down together and start planning the whole thing and how it will go. So, so the
Please
platform.
mute your mic if you are not talking. Sorry, Mr. Julius. Please, if you don't have the floor, mute your mic, please. Please continue, Mr. Julius.
So, like I said, the platform really helped me a lot. The platform really helped me a lot, in terms of getting myself together. Even when I have problems with the system of the school, then I have to talk to our tutor, and who was the one who has to, start running around and trying to put things together for me and all that. So that is that for that. In terms of at the time, I started having problem because I was having a lot of informations. I was taking information from the platform, and then some other groups again, and go online and search for, for information. A little confused because the information was a bit too much for me. So until I really discussed with you again, and he come like put a break to those things and really focus on one one area of the study. So which we try to plan ourselves to do. And yeah. So in terms of the exam, when we all are in the 100 level, you 100 level, and the first semester. So it's quite intense for all of us because we've not come through a kind of open exam like this from the open university, where you don't have a teacher that is teaching you and you try to bring yourself up in many aspects. But yeah, there it comes with the computer fundamental. We had me, myself, personally, I made my experience from there, because when exam, I didn't have enough time to sort the whole questions. So until after that one, which I complained bitterly, because my exam was online. It was a virtual exam. It was not like physical, like those people who sit in the class. I sit down here on my computer and have somebody who is invigilating and watching me from the other side of the computer. So it's like somebody 100% focus on me to see if I do something wrong here. But that is not to the system. So I made my experience with the computer fundamental, which I corrected that, and it helped me a lot in the passes. The mistake was that I was trying to solve one problem.
I think we
I
are
was
losing
just
Mr.
trying to
Julius.
focus to really sort this problem, not knowing that I have to, scan everything. Hello?
Mr. Julius, please, can you take that
Yes.
again? At the moment, it was skipping.
Okay, okay. So what I was saying is that I had my experience with the computer fundamental, because that computer fundamental, I could not answer the whole questions before the time was up, because I was just trying to go into detail to solve the questions. But I made my experience from there. The other ones was not like that, because when the other ones came, I was even 20 minutes before. Some of them finished 20 minutes before. Finishing 20 minutes before did not mean that I got all the answers correct. But I was able to answer those ones that I know, because I had to script it down. I have to, go down the whole thing. Anyone I don't know, I have to script it and go down to answer, because I discovered that at the end of this of the questions, you start getting it soft. In the beginning, it was difficult. When you have first, second, third, fourth, all of them are difficult. When you go down, 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 then you start finding it easy to solve those things. And when you finish solving it, when you get to the end, coming up, you start having more ideas on how the questions are, on how you can solve the questions. You start getting familiarized with the whole stuff that is coming up.
Okay.
Initial time when you work, maybe because of the anxiety or maybe or the tension, when you just open your page and see the questions pump out, first, second, third, you get confused somehow. And then you script it down. When you go down, 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 when you finish down, when you're coming up, you start having more ideas on those things those questions that you were supposed to answer that you did not answer. So for me, my own side, that was the only thing I can say. It was it was a bit challenging, and again was because the university did not really give time to start the study. You just get your book from the school, and they will tell you when the portal is open. It took a lot of time before the portal was open, before you can even access your what is it, your email, before you can even access most of the facilities in the system. So that is that for the moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Julas. That was a comprehensive one. Thank you for that. Okay, I'm trying to admit people in the waiting room. Okay, so so let's just have some other persons who have not had the opportunity to talk. And please, we might need to. I don't want us to rush. I want us to take our time because Mr. Julas said a lot of things that I believe we all must have grabbed a thing or two about. He has actually spoken about. He has touched on some things I wanted to talk to us about. Nevertheless, let's just have some other persons talk. Okay, who were I'm trying to get the set of people who were in the classroom before new persons join. Miss Rena, I think she's no longer with us. Miss Precious has spoken. Mr. Gideon, Mr. Joseph has spoken. Mr. Dennis has spoken. Miss Rena.
I'm here, sir.
Oh,
Sir?
finally, you are here. So please, you have the floor. Can we hear from you your challenges in the retrospective exam and how you think you as a team, as a family can move on and avoid those issues? You have the floor, please.
Thank you, sir. My challenges with the exams was that initially I got to know about everything very late. Like I don't have a source that gives me information like when things are happening in the school. So I just get to know about it in a haste. So I try to like combine everything together. And that leaves me rushing for everything. And also the course materials. I wasn't able to receive the course materials. When I go to the school today, they tell me, Madam, your course material is not ready. You have to go and download. And because of my eye, I can't like make use of my phone for a long time, reading with my phone.
Please go
So are you
ahead.
hearing me?
Please, if you are not, excuse me, please, if you are not talking, please mute your microphone. Okay, Ms. Rena, sorry for that. You may continue, please.
Okay, so after everything, trying to get the course materials that was not effective, I was told to download. I got a site and downloaded the course materials, but seeing the writing of the course materials, the PDF and everything was so scary. So when I come back from work, I keep procrastinating, like I'll read today, I'll read tomorrow. And here comes the exam. It was all a shock. So I wasn't able to prepare for exams, and also I wasn't good in math. But it wasn't that bad actually. But what I noticed in the exam was that the fill in the gaps question had more marks compared to the OBJ questions, because I know I answered the OBJ questions correctly, but because the fill in the gaps had more marks, I had to like score low. That's just it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Brenna. You were talking a little bit very fast, and some of us are trying to get what you're saying. We're very fast, but nevertheless, thank you very much for that. I think you said enough. Please, you may mute your mic. Mr. Joseph, please, you have the floor. Let's quickly hear what you have to say before we call the next person. Mr. Joseph, I saw you raising your hand.
Thank you for this great opportunity. So sorry, on the aspect, I want to emphasize on the aspect of the unit cost. According to the university, they say that the maximum unit cost a student can have in a particular for 4 years should be 120. Now, what is the minimum score, a minimum unit score and a maximum unit score a student can offer in a semester? And secondly, is it allow for you to take a course from your next level to add it with your present level in order to boost your unit cost?
Okay. Will that be all, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. Okay. That has been taken note of, and it will be addressed when we are taking in when we are addressing our questions. Okay. So let me call the next person. Okay. We have, I believe, with all these questions and experiences being explained, I believe even before I conclusively talk about everything, I believe we are getting a lot from it already, from what Ms. Rena said, from what Mr. Dennis, from what Mr. Jolas, Mr. Gideon, and Mr. Joseph has said, and the other lady that spoke the very first time. Okay, now so let's call Miss Adebowale Abiola. Miss Adebowala, Miss Abiola, please can you have the floor, please unmute your mic and let's have you talk, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt, but I think you have not introduced yourself. We have already done that. So introduce yourself and let's hear from you, please.
Okay. My name is Abawale. I'm tourism study student, 100 level, going to second semester.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So let's hear from you
now
your challenges and how you intend to improve upon them.
Okay, my challenges was that at first I got to know about the now itself very late. I think I joined probably a month to the exam, and I was thinking that I can cope maybe through one lecture or one facilitation or another. But even after payment, we were not able to get the enough course material from our study center. Instead, at least I registered for which is GST 103 and TSM 145. That is just the course material I was able to get from my study center. And for the exam,
please, you have the floor, ma. Continue, ma.
I think okay. Now, even the timing for the exam is so fast that even before you are able to recollect whatever, because there are some questions that you'll be familiar with, and you trying to just remember that I read this, you trying to remember before you know it, your time is up. And thank God for for the groups. So I fell into more than 3, 4, 5, more than even 10 groups. But thank God from one group or another, I was able to deduce something. And for now, they should just, I'll feel my challenge is just the timing during the exam. That is all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that, Miss Adibowale. You said a lot there. Although some of what you said has already been addressed in from other persons about registering late and about not getting the materials, and about, you said something about the exam timing too as well. Okay, thank you very much for that. Let me call the next person. Okay, I think I have. Let me go down a bit. Okay, Miss, is it, yeah, Miss Umar Adishetu. Please, Miss Umar Adishetu, you have the floor, please. Please unmute yourself, Miss
Hello,
Umar,
sir.
so we can hear you.
Yes, I've unmuted myself.
Thank you very much.
Good
Introduce
evening, sir.
yourself and you have the floor. You're welcome.
My name is Umar Adishatu. I'm in public administration. I'm offering public administration 100 level. Just finished my first semester exam, going to my second semester. I have a similar problem with Miss Adebo.
Adebowale.
Miss, yes,
Yeah,
I have
Adebowale.
the same problem with her. Then, so I don't have much to say
Okay, Ma, you said you have
because
the
I have
same
the same
problem.
similar problem.
Can you be a bit specific?
Yes. Then it's about the course material and the group of the thing is just that I'll be going from one group to the other, the same thing. I don't have enough course material. With the help of your material you do release on the group, that was what helped me through the exam.
Okay, Ma, you said something about material. It's okay. You said something about material on the group. Are you one of our
Yeah,
members in the private class?
of course. I'm Madiza there. My name is Adiza there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because that is just limited to those people in the private class. Okay, thank you very much, Ma.
Yeah.
Um,
All
so
right. Thank you,
just
everyone.
your just to I was unable to take down
Please,
what
I'm
you said.
talking. Say,
I was unable to take down what you said. So you said something about
I can hear
not
you.
getting your material in time, right?
Yes.
And what else, please? Just quickly let me recap it so I can just take a thing or two.
Not getting my material on time and
Okay.
to understand the material again is also a
Okay.
problem. I don't really understand the material. Like that is your own material you that normally go through and understand something.
Okay. Okay. You said something about being in too much group as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ma. And please, you may mute your mic now.
Okay.
Let's have others contribute.
Alright.
This is, let me just quickly warn us, or let me quickly notify us ahead of time. With the way things are going now, I wouldn't want some people to talk and some people to not talk. So by the time we go round, we might exceed our 30 minutes and we might be cut short again. So please, if this video is being interrupted, the next 30 minutes we'll be having again. There will be no more questions. So let's use this our 30 minutes judiciously. Let's ask all our questions and contribution. And the next one, probably if they did not cut us short, I will use that one to quickly go through what I have, and that'll be that. So let's quickly have Mr. I think Mr. Dennis has spoken, Mr. Joseph has spoken, Mr. Jolas. Okay, now let's have Miss Perky. Please, I'm asking you to unmute your mic and you have the floor, please. Miss Perky, are you there? Miss Perky, are you there? Okay, I think she's not with us. Okay, now let's have Miss Christian. Is it Miss or Mr. Christian?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Can you
evening.
hear me?
Okay, good evening, sir. can we please see your face? Are you in a place where we can see your face? That was a call. It's the wrong time to call.
Good evening.
Yes, we
Good
can
evening,
hear you.
everyone.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Anthony Christian, tourism 100 level. This is my
Okay,
going to the second semester now.
awesome.
Yeah, me too. I registered Solid. So it was like a month before the exam. So then I don't have anybody to put me through on anything. So I just have to go there and register and do a lot of things by myself. So I didn't got any course material at all. They said it was not available anymore. So I have to wait till next semester. So my TMA is low, but all the GST is over 30, but my TMS is very, very low. And the exam, what I discovered about the exam is the filling the gap is too. It's not I don't read. I read, but I could probably they twisted the question that I don't understand. I have to get another. I got it wrong totally. So about the exam, nobody told me about the exam, so I didn't get any information about this. I just went in to read and just do the exam.
Okay, Mr. Christian, we are losing you. Sorry, Mr. Christian.
Most of my challenges is just I
Mr.
don't know
Christian,
anything
can
about
you?
now. Nobody told me anything about it. Okay. What
Sorry,
did I?
sorry. At the point we lost you there. Can you just a little bit, just recap a little bit what you said, and we can jump. Now I think
Okay.
we're a bit
I said
stable now.
I registered late. I didn't know anything. I didn't get any information from anyone. So I just registered and just going for the exam. I didn't get the course material at all. I only download a summary, which is not complete. You just have to read, and I have a challenge during the exam. My challenges is the exam is somehow twisted. So I don't understand how to put in the answer. So I don't know if it is the capital letter from the right, or in the middle I'll put capital, or at the end where they'll put full stop. Maybe it is capital letter. So I don't really get how they fill in the gap. I can be able to get the particular exact answer. So at the point I'll be like, probably my first exam is I have to put capital letter. I got it. I don't know if I got it wrong or I got it right. So my main challenges is the fill in the gap. Okay. I don't know if it is capital letter or small letter. Where will I put capital letter or small letter, or all through capital letter? So I think that's my most challenges in this exam. Okay. Then I didn't read. I read a lot of summary, which I did. I know I did well, but at the end of the result, I will just be seeing low mark. I'll be like, what's going on? So that's my main challenges right now.
Okay, and would that be all, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just a quick one. And how do you think you can improve on all these challenges you made mention of that? How do you think? What recommendations will you make, or what do you think, and how we can improve upon that?
What I think I can do is the solution to all this now is for me to just focus more on my material. I need to get a material to read ahead of the exam. I need to understand everything. I need to analyze everything and understand what I'm reading. Because without understanding, I won't be able to get the answer right.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
So I think my main challenges is I need to prepare ahead before the exam. I need to understand the summary. Yes, I need to understand the summary and be able to do well in this semester. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christian. That was a lot. Thank you very much for that. I like your sincerity and your openness. Thank you very much for that. This is a place whereby we all try to be as open as possible. Never can tell what your experience might be of help to. Thank you very much for that. So let's call the next person. I think Miss Umal has spoken, Miss Rena has spoken, Miss Precious has spoken, Mr. Jolas has spoken, Mr. Joseph has spoken, Please, just to let us know, maybe along the line, if you something dropped in your something just dropped in your mind and you feel you should quickly add it to it before we go ahead, you can just raise your hand. Use the option of raising your hand, just like what Mr. Joseph did. You are accepted. Okay, I think the only person who has not spoken here is Miss Anita. I beg your pardon, Aniti. I apologize in advance if I don't pronounce your name well. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, please, you have the floor. Please introduce
Good
yourself
evening,
and
sir,
say
everyone.
welcome.
My name is Aniete. You've tried.
Aniti. Okay, thank you very much that I
Yeah.
tried. You have the floor, ma.
Okay. My challenge is actually the same thing Mr. Christian said, that the exam question was so twisted. The
Okay,
thing you just read, the way they will conduct the questions is something else.
okay,
Me, myself, I will put an answer to the question. I mean the German questions. Before, when you submit, you see the next, what you see there will be like. Does it mean that I don't know what I was doing there?
hmm.
Inside all the questions, some of them now on 100 questions and be scoring lesser. And more often, I don't really have time to study deeply that you're supposed to be, because of my work schedules. As I'm talking to you now, I'm on duty, so most of the time
Sorry,
affects me.
sorry, Miss Aniti. Sorry. I believe we all can see what is on my screen now. Can we?
Yes, I can see it.
It's showing running out of time, right? So
Which one?
anytime, can we see what is on my screen? It shows here running out of time.
I didn't see it. I didn't see running out of.
I'm not saying that.
Okay,
Where is
maybe,
that?
but can you see my what I'm typing?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can see what you're typing. Yes.
Okay. I think it's just based on my screen alone. It just told me that
Yes.
run out of time, and this
Oh,
meeting can be cut short anytime. The moment this meeting is cut short, let's not panic. I'm going to create another link and then we will join for the last time. So, Miss Anite, you are the last person who is
yes.
going to talk now. So you have the floor. Please continue.
So, okay, you mean I should start from the beginning again? You didn't
No,
get
no, you don't.
anything.
You don't have to. Just continue, man.
So, I need someone that will just be putting me through on time earlier. That so that during that exam time, I will not be struggling, because actually I was like a kind of struggling to read for the exam. Even the facilitation that they were doing self, you will see a whole lot of noise there. So you can't really get something out of it. So I need someone that is going to be helping to put through earlier enough before the exam starts, or even before the TMS.
Okay.
Then for now, that's all I have to say.
All right. So thank you very much for that. Okay. I am just still taking that down. So so we all have spoken well. I'm just trying to go through if there's anybody who have not called, and everybody here have spoken. So just a moment, since we have not been disconnected, I'm going to go up now and talk about, okay, Mr. Christian. Okay, I'm asking you to unmute now. Please, you have the floor, Mr. Christian.
To add something. I want to know, how did they calculate the 3 unit cost? Because the last exam I have two
Okay.
3 unit costs that I don't understand how did they calculate. For me to calculate to do the exam, I did ACM. I didn't understand how did they calculate the 3 unit cost at all. So I need to put more light to that 3 unit cost of the thing.
Okay, Mr. Christian, please, you might need to take that again. Because you were unstable at the moment. Please take it a bit slowly and calmly. Thank you.
Okay. I said the 3-unit course. We had a 3-unit course, which is 100 questions. So I don't understand how do they calculate the calculation of the 3-unit course, because we have over 100, we have over 70. So I don't know overall of everything. I don't know how do they calculate the 3-unit course now.
Okay,
So that's what I want to say.
Mr. Christian,
I wanted to add.
Sorry, Mr. Christian, just to make sure that I understand your question. You mean 3-unit course in the exam, or 3-unit course when you are trying to prepare for your courses, or what?
No, 3-unit course in my exam, the exam that I did. I don't understand how do they calculate it. Because at the end of the exam, I was seeing low mark, which is not supposed to be.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for that, Mr. Christian.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for bumping in. I was trying to raise my hand. It was difficult for me to get a place where I can raise my hand. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
So what I wanted to say is that I think the purpose of this meeting was for us to get together, ask questions of things that we don't know, where we have challenges, and know each other. Because some of the videos are not showing. We really did not know who is talking, and we are in the same class, you know. So I want to contribute to what the lady Anita had said before.
Okay, sir.
She complained about not being able to, you know, follow the courses because she didn't have somebody, she was not able to pass through the facilitation. Me, I did not attend any facilitation because it was noisy, and secondly, there was no network. So anytime you want to listen to this facilitation, it was noisy and there was no network. So, but I could play back what they said. You know, after some time, it will hang for like 10 minutes before you can hear something again. What all I did is to meet Ayo. He was the person that brought me, brushed me through the whole system. You know, because in the beginning, it's really challenging. This university, challenging when you have to learn yourself. You have to be really disciplined for you to really learn yourself, because you get carried away with some other things. You have some little problems that are disturbing you. You cannot just sit down one place for 2 hours and say you're reading. So for this, it's really important that you join a group, a class, where you can always go there and you know that you have class. So you have no option than to listen to what they are teaching in the class. And we have advantage. Advantage we have is that we can still go back and listen to this thing again. You know, we can even play it like as if we are playing music. Anywhere you are going, you can be listening to the something. But I know that this in exam, sometimes it caught us unaware. You know, the whole thing that is coming out is like they twisted. But really, if you really have enough time to watch well, you see that what we are learning in the group is what they are setting in the exam. Just that if you are in a hurry, you cannot really understand it. That is why I said before, if anyone you don't understand, you go down. When you get down, when you finish with the whole exam, and then you start coming up to see the ones that you did not work on before, it's that time that you start noticing that distance is what when you go down, when you're coming up, you can still answer some questions and you know that you answer them right. So that is that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just the last one, Miss Anita, yeah, I can see you raising up your hand. Just give us a moment, please. The last thing you said, Mr. Julius, I didn't get that clearly. Please, can you just quickly recap about, can go back and Mr. Julius?
So what I was trying to say is that if you when you're solving a question, when a question pop up and you're solving this question,
okay, if
you watch the question and you don't know what it is, don't keep thinking. Just script. It was you that gave me this idea. You said I have to script. Go down. Just go down. When you don't know something, if you see it and you don't know what it is, just go down. When you go down, after answering the whole questions, when you are coming up, then you will start noticing some. If you see it, you just see that this thing I know it. This one I know it. This one I know it. But the challenge in there was that one of us discussed about that if you type, it will give you typing error. you don't know if you have to put in capital letter or small letter. But we know that when you want to start a word in the beginning, you have to use capital letter. But at the middle of the something, when you're writing, sometimes it gives you error. And when you want to right click, for example, me, if I want to right click, they will just switch off my system. I have to start logging in again because they think I'm doing exam malpractice or something like that. So that is what I wanted to throw in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Julas. That was a comprehensive one. Thank you very much for that. So, Miss Anita, please, you have the floor. You may unmute your mic and let's hear from you.
Okay, please, I just want to quickly know what the group is. Is it a general group or a particular course?
Miss Anita, what group are you talking about, please?
This presentation, this particular group now, this meeting that we are holding here, is it a particular course or generally you want to discuss and generally?
Okay, I missed that. Somebody was in the waiting room. Okay, yeah, thank you very much for the question. So, everybody here are from different groups. I think we have about 12 groups now. I think we have for English, we have for information technology, business administration, political science, tourism, economics, marketing. You understand? Everybody on this stream tonight, we are from